that after I found my midpoint, which was 1, 4.5, 1 and 4.5, this is all this work is from a previous video. So if I found this coordinate right here, my midpoint, 1 and 4.5, I want to find the distance from one of these points to the other, then I can pick, let's say this is my C, and this is D, and this is my M. And I'm asked to find CM. So find CM. So the distance of CM. So I look up here, and I just need to know what these coordinates are. So my C was -2, 6, and my M we found was 1 and 4.5. So we now have to use a different formula to find the distance. To remember the distance formula, what you're going to want to do is use the Pythagorean theorem. So what Pythagorean theorem did was we knew the actual lengths of the sides, and we were able to find what a missing side was. So if this was missing and it was x, we were able to plug it back in and find out what this was. Now we use Pythagorean theorem. This only worked when it was the sides, but what if I were given the coordinates rather than the sides? So we're given some coordinate x, y, some coordinate x, y, and then some other coordinate x, y. Okay? So I need to find the coordinates here. So we have to change this formula a little bit. So I'm going to change this to c is equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared by squaring both sides. Now I just need to simply replace c with d for distance and keep the square root, but a squared is going to change to the difference of the coordinates squared plus the difference of the coordinates squared. So now I need to go back up to my coordinates and start labeling. So I know this is x, that's a y, this is x, that's y. We'll call this my first coordinate, so I'll put a 1. Call this my second coordinate, so I'll put 2's. So this becomes d is equal to the square root of x2, which is 1, minus x1, which is -2, squared, plus y2, which is 4.5, minus y1, which is 6, squared. And I got all of these numbers from up here. x1 is -2, y1 is 6, x2 is 1, y2 is 4.5. So now my distance is equal to the square root, and I just need to simplify. So 1 minus -2, that's the same thing as saying 1 plus +2. So this is 3 squared plus 4.5 minus 6. That's going to be 0.5, so 1.5. So -1.5 squared. So distance is equal to the square root of 9 plus, we could do 1.5, 1.5 times this. This is 25, 5, 7, 0, 5, and 1. Add it together, this is 5, 12, 2. 225, there's 2 decimal spots, so I move it over twice, and that's 2.25 for that math problem right there. So now I add this together, and the distance is equal to square root of 11.25. And if you could simplify this as a perfect square, go ahead, or know how to simplify square roots, you can do that as well. But we can leave it as this for the sake of this problem, since that's not the concept that we're trying to teach.